All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jessica with Your Better Business Bureau, and we have another 2023 Torch Award for Business Ethics interview for you today with BBB accredited business Millikan Masonry of Springfield, Illinois. I've got the owner, Ryan, with us today. How are you?
Hi.
Great to have you. Your company has been in business since 1965. Ryan, will you tell us how the company started and all of the services that you guys are offering today?
The company started with my grandpa back in 1965. After he passed away, my dad took over the company, ran it until he he finished everything up on the books that my grandpa had, did a couple extra jobs, and then he went and was the brick sales rep for Illinois Brick then at the time. So I was in the Bricklayers Union, and I decided that when he shut the business down for a couple months there, that I decided that I wanted to reopen it again real quick. And that's where I've been doing it for about 8 or 9 years now.
That's so awesome. I love hearing the generational stories of businesses. And I think the last time we spoke, you shared with me about how you kind of learned from your grandpa that true character of integrity. Can you talk about that?
Well, yeah, I learned a lot from my dad and my grandpa on just how to treat people, how to do a good job, stand behind your work, be honest with everybody. And if it takes a little bit longer, do the extra time to make sure that the job's done right.
Right. Yeah, for sure. What are all of the services that Millikan Masonry offers today?
We offer tuck pointing. We lay foundations. We do brickwork. We do thin brick. We do stone, thin stone. We do masonry staining. Um, and we do, small concrete flat work.
Mhm.
We do all kinds of stuff.
And just in Springfield, or how far do you go today?
We're based out of Champaign, um, but we will hit um, about an hour area away from us.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Let's dive in a little bit about how your company handles some of those customers. You mentioned, dad and grandpa instilling that value of if it takes a little bit longer, just do it right, do the job right. Have you had any instances where your company really had the opportunity to be transparent with the customer? Maybe there was an instance where they wanted something that they didn't necessarily need or anything like that.
There's been times, oh, it's been a while back, but there's been times where they were confused on what the service was. When I explained it to them, they were thinking that more was getting done than what I actually did.
Hmm.
So what I did was I explained to them, what the deal was, and then I went ahead and went above and beyond just to go ahead and take care of the rest of it for them at no extra charge, just so that I could keep the customer happy. But since then, I've been making sure that I detail things a little bit better.
Yeah, I think a lot of businesses have that kind of learning curve at first where everybody assumes we all know and it's just how you handle it. It sounds like, you did it the right way of just, okay, this is what I thought we were doing, this is what you thought we were doing, and let's just work it out from there for sure. Um, right now you have 4 employees, right?
Correct.
Okay. So let's talk about your leadership style. How do you as a leader embody that message or really make sure that your employees know that your expectation of them is, ethical behavior or, high standards?
Well, I explained that to them that we're a little bit different. We're not here to do the job, get paid, and get on down the road. That we want to create a relationship with our customers so that their family all calls us, their friends all call us, their coworkers all call us, and it's not just there to do a job, it's to build a relationship with somebody that you'll be getting work from for the next 20 years.
Right, for sure. That's an outstanding perspective to take. And expanding a little bit further on, your employees, how do you take care of them, or what is it like working for you?
Well, I've heard, now I don't know if they're telling me the truth or not, but they've told me that I'm the best boss they've ever worked for. So what I do is I don't yell. I don't scream at people. I don't do any of that stuff. I act more like a mentor and a mediator. If I can tell that a guy, I'll sit back and watch, and I'll tell that if a guy's having a problem in a certain area and he's starting to get frustrated, I'll pull him off that and I'll go put him on something else for a little while to where he can kind of get his mind back before he loses his temper. I'll put somebody else there, and then I'll just sit back and watch them. And then I'll just see where I need to be putting these different guys. If one guy's struggling here, then maybe I'll switch him up, you know? So I try not to get I try to make it fun for everybody to come to work. Nobody really wants to ever go to work, but I try to make it the most, you know, fun that I can. But they also know that we have a job to do and we have to do it. But,
Right.
you know, if it takes you just a little bit longer to do it and not lose your temper, because it's frustrating sometimes that things don't work out, I just sit back and I try to move them around for the best guy for the best position to where, you know, some guys struggle with certain things, some guys don't.
Right,
So
yeah. So finding their strengths and letting them excel in those things, but at the same time, kind of testing or giving that growth opportunity of trying something that they're not necessarily the best at to maybe work on those skills.
or, you know, if it's hot out, I'll show back up with, you know, ice cold Gatorades, or
Yeah,
I'll buy donuts, or you know, just something
little
just to
things to
show
let them know.
that you care, you know. That's all that
Yeah,
it takes. You know, they want to feel important, you know, so that's what I try to make them feel. You know, I want them to feel like a part of a family here, not just an employee.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, because I mean, I assume your goal is to carry on that legacy that, you know, your
I,
grandfather started.
I've got my daughter, she's not wanting to do it, but I've got two boys that are coming up, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking that maybe they might want to take over, and we'll just continue this business.
Our theme for the event this year is traditions of trust. And the reason we wanted to do that was because of stories like yours, where the reason, you know, your company is thriving today is because of this tradition of trust that has been instilled in you from, in this case, your family, your father and your grandfather. So if you were to kind of look ahead to the boys running it, or your grandchildren, what do you envision the legacy of Millikan Masonry being? What do you think people will say about your company in 30 years from now?
Hopefully they're still saying good things about us, because I don't want anything to change on the way that we're running business and doing business. You know, I'm gonna instill in my kids the same beliefs and the same hard work ethic and the same respect towards customers and your employees as I was taught.
Yeah. Yeah, I what is your opinion of that today, you know, as far as respect goes with most companies? You know, what is your kind of synopsis of the workforce today?
I mean, honestly, I've seen a lot more stuff not being done the right way within the last year or two. A lot more of like kind of fly by night people. Um, and so I don't want to have a relationship like that. You know, I don't want to have a reputation or a name like that. Um, but I want to be able to help, you know, even if somebody doesn't hire us to do the job, I want to make sure that they're not getting screwed over by whoever else is doing it, you know. So I mean, I kind of look out for both sides of the fence, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I think that's a
When I
perfect
can,
segue. You know, your company has been accredited since 2016. Why is BBB accreditation important to you?
because that's where people go to look to find honest contractors and know that they're getting a good person out there to their house or to their business to do a quality good job. And the Better Business Bureau helps with that, because you guys kind of filter out those bad ones. and
Yeah.
and that helps a lot, because they know that when they get on the Better Business Bureau website, that they're going to find somebody that actually knows what they're doing, and they can read the reviews on what the company's done and what people are saying about them.
Right, that customer experience history is so valuable today.
Right.
And I so many people rely on that information of, they want to know if the company is real, and not a fly by night. And then on top of that, they want to know what kind of other experiences people have had. So, and your company in particular gets so many positive reviews, it's a great spot for people to come and learn about what the reality is, I guess, in the marketplace for this particular company. So kudos to your company for so many wonderful testaments to your work and your employees. That's really, really outstanding. So great job there.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Well, so we've talked about, the legacy of trust, and how Millikan started in 1965, BBB accredited since 2016. That focus of doing the job right the first time, making sure that no compromises are made, with time or material or anything like that, and how you take care of your employees. Lastly, what does your company do for the community? Are there any projects that you guys support or volunteer time that you, support your employees doing? Tell us a little bit about how your company gives back to the community.
Honestly, we've been so busy to be able to do anything like that. But in the future, I want to be able to do something where we're donating money. A cause that I would like to help with eventually would be St. Jude's, help kids.
Sure.
So, I mean, we've been in the talkings with a couple other companies, me and a couple of friends of mine that have businesses, on eventually someday having something, and everybody donates something, towards the fund, and have like kind of like a raffle,
Okay.
or buy tickets or whatever stuff gets, somebody will get like a brick mailbox, or what I mean,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
of other things, and then the proceeds would go to like St. Jude's or something like that. That's what I've been wanting to do for years. We've just been so busy, I haven't had time to do it, but that is something that we're looking forward to in the future.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Well, Ryan Millikan, owner of Millikan Masonry of Champaign, Illinois, 2022 recipient of the Torch Award for Business Integrity Ethics in Central Illinois, and again, a nominee and finalist for this year's award in Champaign. We will be celebrating with Ryan and many other businesses in Champaign on Wednesday, December 13th at Papa Del's Pizza. I heard it is the best pizza in the area, so we are going to have a great meal and great people in that room. So please join us that night. We'll post in the comments how to get tickets, but you can visit our events page. If you're in the Peoria area, we'll have another event the following night on December 14th at the warehouse in Peoria. So we look forward to seeing you then. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.